I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the Yagara land on which I stand. I would like to pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. As I walk through the streets of my town, I see a land greatly shaped by colonisation. I see the white wave being, seeing and acting. I see busy streets, materialism, privilege. But what I am actually looking for is proving difficult to find. I mindfully take in all my surroundings and visibly notice how undervalued the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture here is. As I go out in search of recognition of the first Australians, I'm struggling to find some. What I do find is pictures of Sunnybank in the late 1800s, but no evidence of our first Australians. All I see is rapid colonisation and a type of systematic indifference of our past culture. Today's generations benefit greatly from the past. Future wealth generated during times of colonisation was a great motive to be indifferent to another's culture and establish opportunities and privilege based on race and class. We know Britain invaded 1788. However, we are not told in great detail that Indigenous resistance was ongoing and concurrent. Over the next 150 years, fighting, self-advocacy and protest become the norm for our first Australians, illustrating a history of racism, oppression, displacement, marginalisation and eradication. The impacts of invasion were devastating. Sadly, the disposition of self and identity of a whole culture has had great impact on how we value our Indigenous people. These past injustices are felt by Indigenous communities daily. Van Rudd, a visual artist, draws a compelling picture surrounding racism and calls upon us to remember Australia's dark history of deep-seated racism. As I continued my journey, I was eager to find some recognition of our first Australians in both the primary and high school. Aboriginal paintings and murals are painted on the ground of the primary school as a visual reminder, and they have a spiritual area where you can sit and connect with nature. The high school acknowledges traditional landowners weekly at their assembly, as well as runs programs and meetings for Indigenous students and other students, teaching the next generation awareness, cultural humility and accountability. This awareness brings forth knowledge of another's pain and hurt. This will help us remember and relate better, and to never repeat the mistakes of the past. I would like to end my story with a question. How can we assist in helping Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people and cultures become more visible and valued here?